And this is 15 games in a storm. Very nice. Oops. Forgot that colon. All right, I think we're ready to go with games in a storm. Challenge set 2, games in a storm. This is problem 11, otherwise known as 15, because when I click this, the URL says problem 15. So that's the numbering I'm using. Difficulty rating 3. Ooh. Avoiding the Cyclops' projectiles was a challenge. It took all the strength and strategy your crew could muster. Even then, a boulder still grazed your ship's hull. Now it is relatively calm. The captain has ordered everyone to remain below deck to avoid the raging storm outside. Come to think of it, considering a storm as calm really says a lot about your journey, doesn't it? Now that you got some downtime, one of your team members has challenged you to solve a small mathematical puzzle. This shouldn't be too hard, right? After all, you've just faced literal demons and monsters. You're given a file with 500 lines, where each line is formatted as number base and represents one integer number written in a specified number base. Okay, for example, 159.10 represents the decimal number 159. This is 2. Base 2 is 171. Okay. And fab 16 is 4011. File uses many number bases from 2 to 62. Oh, okay. So we can't just use rusts from stir radix, because I think from stir radix only goes up to 36, right? But looks like we're going to use uppercase for 10 to 35 and lowercase for 36 to 61. Your first task is to find the base 10 representation of the largest number. To do this, you should convert all the numbers to base 10, then identify the largest number. Okay, so we just need to write a quick little... Okay, it's not hard to write. I say that now, watch, I'm going to mess it up. So, let's get our input. Copy. Let's go to input problem 15, 015 text. Okay. Just make sure we got all of them. Yep, looks like we got all of them. Okay, write that out and go back here. So now all we're going to do is let's write a little function. Let's write our own from stir radix, which takes in a string. I'm doing this because I want to write tests for it. And then radix, which is going to be, I don't know, should be I64. I'm just going to keep everything as I64s. I probably could do U sizes for everything. Let's do U sizes until that fails for part 2. What are we actually trying to do? Convert them. Oh, the largest number in the file. Okay. So we want to get the characters. Chars is equal to S as ref chars. Can I elaborate on the tests part? Yeah. Let me do that now. So if I write a little test, I can write test base 10, expected 1, 2, 3 from stir radix 1, 2, 3, 10. Right? And right now I'm going to return 0, and the test should fail. So if I hit tests over here and go run, or save rather, right? It's giving me this test here. So now let's write the code that converts this. Actually, I should be able to test multiple bases, right? Let's test base 16. 16, or was it fab? It has to be uppercase because we care about uppercase versus lowercase. And fab is 4011. And let's do one of these guys. Let's do the highest one, 61. Right? Test base 61. Oops. So this is from stir radix. This 61, and we're expecting it to be this. It would have been nice if they had said this is this. So just sixth line is the sixth line. Okay. So all these tests are going to fail. I don't think it's that hard, right? I mean, we just look at the characters, we convert it into a number, we multiply by the base of the radix, and then we're done, right? So if I say let mut result equals 0 for ch in chars, if it's 0 to 9, then it's going to be ch as u8 minus 0 as u size. Oh, I'm doing a match here, ch. And so this is actually going to be result is equal to result times radix plus this. Capitals are going to be ch as u8 minus a, and capitals go from 10, right? 10 to 35. So it's going to be plus 10. Like that. And then lowercase is going to be ch as u8 minus a as u size plus, and it's going to be plus 36. Everything else is going to be an invalid digit. And then we just return a result. So I should be able to just fold instead of doing it this way, right? Instead of creating a result and doing it. But let's see, do these tests pass? All the tests pass. I'm going to change this lines up here just so that we can actually see the tests passing. You see them here. Okay, let's do it as a fold now. So I should be able to just say s as ref chars fold 0. And then we're going to take in the, I always forget if it's a tuple or not. Current val, next. That's the char, and that's the, oh, is at, okay, let's do u size. There we go. And so this is just going to be current times radix plus this. Like that. Oh, match next. Let's call it ch. There we go. And the test still pass. Okay, so that's it. So I think we're just looking for the largest one in lines, right? What's the base 10 representation of the largest number in the file? So let's switch this back. And all we need to do is say println part 1 is equal to lines iter map line let num and radix is equal to line split on space. Oh, split once. Unwrap. Radix is a string that we need to convert. And I'm going to assume it can figure out the type. And then we just say from stir radix of the number and the radix. And then we say max unwrap. And I got that wrong. Oh, this needs to be, I need to close this. There. I don't know if that's easy to read, but it's what I've got. So let's hit run. I get a number, a very big number, but a number. Let's see if it's right. Hey, that's a correct answer. Okay. So let's check in with Clippy. Git status, git add source, git commit dash, it's called games in a storm. M problem 15 games in a storm part 1. All right. Let's see what part 2 is. Difficulty rating 3. Great work, though your friend doesn't seem too surprised that you've solved the first part of her problem. Now she introduces some new characters to you. She tells you that bang is 62, add is 63. Okay. But these aren't in the file. I want you to find the base 68 representation of the sum of all the numbers in the file. This should be slightly more difficult. Okay. We just need to write the opposite, right? 2 stir radix or radix stir 2. Basically the opposite of this thing here. S as, oh, no. This just takes a number, right? Num of usize and a radix of usize, and it returns a string. Okay. How do we want to do this? So we want to, it's basically you divide by the radix and look up the value. So we can do that, right? Let's see, let mut. Oh, but we're doing it in reverse. So I'm going to do it as a vec of char. And we're going to say while num is greater than 0, we'll say let digit is equal to num mod radix. Num divided by equals radix. And then we're going to look up match digit. If the digit is 0 to 9, then we're going to convert. This is going to be a push, result push. It's going to be digit plus B0 as char. This is a usize. Maybe I need to, well, we'll find out. If I do this as U8, right? That should work. And then 10 through 35 is going to be digit minus 10 plus uppercase, right? As char. And then 36 to 61, right? Yeah, 61 is going to be lowercase digit minus 36 plus b of lowercase a as char. And then the rest of them let's do const. The rest of them is going to be a vec of char. No, it's going to be, how many are these? Here we go. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them. So it's going to be char 6. And it's going to be just bang at, it's just on the order of the keyboard here, right? Bang at hash $% caret. Yeah. Hash $% caret. Right? And then, so we can just look it up in here by saying it's going to be the rest of digit minus 62. Yep, that looks right. And then this will panic if we're out of range. So that closes that, that closes that, that closes that, that closes that. And now we have a result, which is the backwards list of characters. So we can just say result iter rev collect. I believe. Doesn't like this because it's not a usize. And now I have to call it. Wait, is it the, oh, it's a sum. Okay, so we can sum them up. Here's what we'll do is we will grab this to get them once. And that way I can say nums iter max here, and it should still be that big number. Unless you make a mistake. Collect vec. Don't need the variable radix this time. Oh, because it's 68 in the code. Yeah. Well, I did it this way to be similar to this way, and then I don't know, maybe part 3 is going to be oh no, the radix is different, and then we'll just enhance this. I like being generic, I guess. So this should still, yes, this looks still like it's the same number. Okay, and then part 2 is going to be the sum of all of those, and then convert that. So println part 2 is nums iter sum, and then we're going to call toStir radix on that and give it 68. And it gives us this weird collection of numbers and digits. Is it right? Hey, it's right. Okay. Clippy? Clippy's good. Part 2. I forgot the A. There we go. Okay. Let's see what part 3 is. Difficulty rating 4. She seems quite impressed with your solution to part 2. Only quite impressed, huh? Here comes a real challenge. Assuming that there are enough characters, what is the smallest number base that can represent the sum of all the numbers in the file in at most 4 characters? For example, the largest number can be represented by base 2 in at most 4 characters is 15. Yeah. The sum of all the numbers in the file in base, is this in base 10. And if we're in base 2366, all right, we're not doing it that way, or the way I was thinking, right? We're not going to pass in a base. And then in fact, we don't even need to actually calculate it. We can just keep dividing by the base until we come up with 4. Smallest base for 4 digits. And we'll give it the number, and we'll return the base. And I think all we need to do is say for base in, we can even start at base 2, right? And we can say let start is equal to num for underscore in 0.4. Start divided by equals base. If start is equal to 0, return base. And here, panic ran out of numbers in usize. Right? Is that all we need to do? Println part 3 is equal to smallest. Let's get the sum. So we only have to do it once, right? And this is the smallest base for 4 digits of the sum. For I in something will never terminate. In debug mode, it panics, and in release mode, it just wraps around to 0. Well, what I could just do is end it at num. There. Now in release mode, it won't finish. I mean, it will finish. Because we know that in base num, it's going to be a single digit, right? 7253. Hey, that's a correct answer. Well done. That was quite interesting, wasn't it? If you'd like a bonus, try to find a mathematical way to solve the final part of my problem. Hey, how'd you know I didn't do it mathematically? it's probably just log, right? You just use the log, right? Because you're doing basically log base x of num is equal to 4. Solve for x. So it would be, I think you raise it to e, right? So e to the 4 is equal to num. X to the 4 is equal to num. And then, I don't know why I said e. I was thinking of natural log. And then so it's basically the fourth root of num is going to be the base we need. I don't know how to do that in Rust. How do you do fourth roots? I know you can do square root. Rust. Find cube root. I'll do cube root, taking the nth root. There we go. Oh, of course. You just, okay. So we should be able to come up with the same number. Let's see if we can. Println this, and it's going to be F60. It's going to, yeah, F64 of PALF. I don't know if it'll fit in an F64, right? Sum as F64, and then say 1/4. Yeah, and then we have to round up, right? Oh, spoof, yeah, you have it right there. You could do I squirt. Okay. Let's see that. Yeah, but it's off, right? It's off by a bit. You have to round up. So yeah, you can't always just add 1 to it, because if it's exactly that number, then it'll fit. So, oh, is there a seal? There is. There you go. So that's the way to do it. There. Now I have them both. Yeah. Git commit part 3. All right.